In this game, winners win, and I only back winners. Trainer Kenny McPeak is a proven winner, and his horses are in my portfolio. And now they can be in yours too. McPeak's champion horses and Derby hopefuls are now featured on Morning Line. With Morning Line, I don't just watch the race. I own the moment. I invest in champions. This is my edge. Buy, sell, trade anytime. Morning Line, own the game.
Hello everybody, Marcus Hersh from the Daily Racing Forum, standing alongside my esteemed colleague, Mr. Steve Andersen. We're here to talk to you about many of the Breeders' Cup International Contenders on Saturday, and there are a bevy of them, especially in the grass races. My idea was to go from the best race down.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Yeah.
There's one horse in there, the Japanese horse Forever Young, third in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year, third in the Kentucky Derby last year. What do you think of Forever Young, Steve?
Huge chance. I mean, this race has changed considerably with the withdrawal of sovereignty because of a
yeah, that means that the horse that was going to win isn't going to win.
No, I agree with you there, but I do think that this could really work out for him. He to me, he's got excellent credentials. I liked his prep race. I liked his Saudi Arabia race, and I also liked the way that even though he didn't win in Dubai, I did respect that performance. I picked him second behind Fierceness.
Oh boy, I picked him first behind no one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw him on the track the last couple of days. This horse has grown up just the way you want to. I think you undersold his Saudi race. It was the race of the year against the Romantic Warrior, one of the world's greatest horses from Hong Kong. They laid it down.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous race. And guess what? It gutted him for the Dubai World Cup. He ran so far below form. He would have won that race by 8 lengths on his best.
It is worth remembering that they were 10 lengths clear of third, and it was a good third called Ushba Tesora. So
they ran crazy good in that race. That's the reason he lost the World Cup. Don't hold that against him. He's on the same schedule he was last year, but he's bigger, stronger, faster. I think he's going to be the right price too, like Forever Young and Classic. Okay, on to the turf, where there are 10. Is that right? That's a lot of horses.
That's a lot of horses.
Anyway, we've got the two favorites in the race are coming from England and Ireland in Rebels Romance, a 2-time turf winner, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old filly named Mini Hawk, who lost the Arc in brutal beat. Many thought she was best in the race. I think if you wanted to say she was best, she was kind of gigged a little out of an inside post to get position early, used a little bit hard, I think, in the middle stages, then might have gone a touch too soon. She ran a winning race, no doubt about it, but 3-year-old filly coming back on relatively short rest at the end of a big year. She's an Epsom Oaks winner. Yeah. Can she maintain that form?
Yes, she can, because Aidan O'Brien has done it with Found a few years ago, and so the ability to see a 3-year-old filly do that is there. However, I agree with you about the way she won, the way she performed in the Arc. She was right up there, and she took that lead and might have been vulnerable in the last little bit. And even when she was beaten, when passed, she came back a little bit too. So
she's tremendous.
Easy to like the loss, if you could say that.
I'm against her.
I'm against her because I love another European horse.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay, it's not Rebels Romance.
Of course it is.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Rebels Romance.
I think he's going in the right direction. It's fascinating to notice that this is his 8th start this year, the most of any season in his career. He's had a good season with 5
You wouldn't know
wins.
it by looking at him.
No, and that's the neat thing. He's a little tank, and I really think that
little.
Yeah, well, relative to what we said. Yeah,
Did you see his last race in New York?
Yeah.
He looked every bit as good as he was when he won this a year ago.
Appleby is speaking with confidence. Rebels Romance is drawing the inside, which may not be the greatest post, but at least he's the sort who doesn't need to be one direction or another. He can be handy. For jockey William Buick, who's ridden him 25 times.
Yeah, he's fabulous.
I think that it's going to be a nice stretch duel between those two.
I like him better than Mini Hawk, but I got super clever and picked Goliath to win. Can't do it based on his best races this year, but if you watch his King George from 2024, that shows that this horse has a race in him that can absolutely win this race. He's coming back around again after he completely fell apart earlier in the year. The trainer Francis-Henri Graffard is winning every best race in Europe. I think he's going to be totally overlooked. One other horse I want to mention real quick is the 3-year-old gelding Amalok, who is incredibly progressive and very good. I don't know if he can win this race this year. I think he might win it next year.
He's going to be the subject of a Daily Racing Forum article on DRF.com too in the next couple of days.
Stay tuned, everybody. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Okay, we're going to go next to the Breeders' Cup Mile. I count 8 horses in here, Steve. Will one of them be taking home the money?
No.
No? No. Okay, well, I got to know who you like.
I think that Johannes is ready for this race.
More California stuff.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
let's not even.
What? Why not? You
Johannes.
don't like Johannes?
I like him. Okay, I don't like him.
Well,
to win.
now keep
Okay.
in mind that last year in this very same race, he only got beat a half length after running his.
I know.
running
I think this
very
is a
nice
much better race than last
Ooh,
year.
well, that's interesting.
More Than Looks was good, but a very below par Breeders' Cup Mile winner, in my opinion. I think this is a tougher race. A Notable Speech is the most prominent of the Europeans. He was just behind Johannes, closing as a 3-year-old last year, making his first trip over here. Why can't he turn the tables this year?
He certainly can. Let's not be clear. I'm not going to say that it's a lopsided race in any manner.
Not at all.
No,
It's a very competitive race.
And as we talk about this, I'm thinking, I'm going to have fun with an exacta box and mess around with Johannes and Notable Speech, not only in that pool, but also if I'm going into the Indy Pick 3 action.
Oh.
But so no, the respect for Notable Speech is high. He's my second pick.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if the way Johannes has had a year this year, where he's only had one start, he might be good. Notable Speech. Very good. To be second by a head behind the now retired Diego Velasquez.
Well, he was easily best in that race.
Yes.
He got in all kinds of trouble, but that's going to be the issue here because they've decided he's a hold-up horse who needs to be back early and make one big run. I think he's going to get there in time. I think don't hold his European races against him. This is a horse that's better around a turn, and he's been pointed to this race all year. I think he's going to come to a peak and win, but it's not going to be easy.
No.
I like a couple other horses in here pretty well, but just not quite enough. The horse Jonquil, who was 4th at Keeneland in the Turf Mile from a very bad post. He's had nothing but bad posts all year. He should have won the French Guineas. I think he just lacked focus at the end. I think he was as good as the winner in that race. He struggled to get back to that form. I think he's headed back there now. 9th in the Guineas was a horse named Salon for the aforementioned Francis-Henri Griffard. He had no chance in the Guineas the way that race was run. He progressed through the year. He had one bad race in the middle of the summer. The trainer said that he came out of that 6th, so you can draw a line through that. Group 1 winner in his last race. He's got a chance.
Yeah, huge chance. Yeah, no, if there's a 3-year-old colt in the European group, he's one of them, and I also think the Lion in Winter is worth a check mark.
I'm not on him. I mean, he's run some good races. He's not trustworthy to me. I don't know where he's at. I just don't know how he's going to enjoy this circumstance. But we'll move on to the Filly and Mare Turf. I believe that's the final race on the card.
On Saturday.
And it is a full of European horses. What do you think about this one, Steve?
Well, I think that there's several European runners with excellent chances to finish second to
a California horse.
She Feels Pretty.
Okay, she's not really.
I picked Gazora. I'm pulling your leg.
You did?
I picked Gazora. She had a bad arc. She was at the back of the field.
Why was she so bad in that race?
She wasn't really up into the race really that much. She was, at the back of a field.
Why?
I have to ask Mr. Marcon the jockey.
I don't like her.
I do. I think she ran a very good second to Aventura in the
What did Aventura do in the arc?
Not much, but a lot of horses didn't handle that going that day. However, if you come back to that French Oaks, you got nothing to complain about.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty weak French Oaks. She was bought for that race. She was purchased privately off of some provincial form. She's okay. Who did she beat in the French Oaks?
She beat a filly named Bedtime Story.
Who is also here, and I'd take that as a mark against her because Bedtime Story is not a really top class animal.
No, she's not the leading.
She's a grinder, a big heavy thing. They shorten her up, they stretch her out. They don't know what to do with her. I think running that form through that horse makes me concerned. I'm gonna jump right ahead to. I have a strong opinion in this race, and it's a Godolphin opinion.
Wow.
And I like Cinderella's Dream over Diamond Rain. I like an all royal blue exacta.
Yeah.
Cinderella's Dream is kind of similar to Rebel's Romance in that she is a horse based in Europe who is not a European horse.
Yeah.
She ran in Dubai early. She ran here last year in the States. She ran in New York. She was 7th in the 1,000 Guineas. She's not a European horse. Straight courses are not really her thing. She's a Group 1 winner nonetheless in the Falmouth Stakes this year. But I look at all of her races this year in the context of getting her back to this race where she was a fine 3rd last year.
And that was what Charlie Appleby said in the conversation yesterday was the objective for the European
section. You could have just talked to me.
Yeah, well, that's true too. And the objective for the European part of the season was to get that grade 1. And then since the Falmouth, it's been getting back here. Remember, she was only beaten a half length in this race last year. So she'll handle the mile and 3/8. She'll handle the firm. She'll be okay in this race.
Yeah.
I do think that Gazora is worth a look, though.
Yeah, I looked at her, and then I looked away. I want to mention Diamond Rain, who was going to beat She Feels Pretty at Woodbine with a better trip. She feels pretty has been the leading American middle distance turf horse. She's fabulous. Let's not
8 for
mince
12.
words there.
You don't get to 8 to 12 for
She's
accident.
an excellent horse, but this horse Diamond Rain was. I think she wins with a better trip.
Yeah.
Went back and watched her races. She was up and down early. She's a big horse, obviously going to need time to develop. She's really headed the right direction now. I don't think that she's going to be quite up to Cinderella's dream level. They don't mess around with jockey assignments in these big days, do they? William Buick will be on the #1 hope. He's on Cinderella's dream. I think she's going to win. Boy, we got more races to cover, Steve.
Can't complain.
We got to go to the turf sprint because we got 5 horses there, and I picked one of them to win. Arizona Blaze came here last year, was excellent in the juvenile turf sprints. He's got familiarity over the course. He comes off an excellent win in the Flying 5. He's got speed, but he can sit behind a couple of horses. I think he's really well suited to
And
this
also
race.
add that he's drawn in post 3, which really helps his chances as well. He's not outside. He's not terribly inside. He can get up there if there's some speed from the outside that goes in front of him, which I believe that will happen. He can be well placed right in that front rank.
Do you like him?
I do like him. I picked him 4th.
Let me guess.
Listen.
AG Bullet over Motorious. Over Reef Runner.
Reef Runner,
Okay.
Motorious, AG Bullet,
Oh my
Arizona
God.
Blaze. You dance with the one that brung you. They've raced here.
Those are all really good horses.
Yes, they are.
I want to mention one more race, the Breeders' Cup Sprint. We have one horse in there, a Japanese horse named American Stage. I would not take his chances lightly in the least. He's incredibly fast. When he went to Dubai, you'll see 2 races there. He had just turned 3. I mean, that's a young horse to be taking on older horses and traveling. He didn't show as much speed there as he actually has. He's very, very fast. I think he's going to outrun his odds.
I think you can respect him for the fact that the American horses are kind of a jumble.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
Imagination's nice. Dr. Venkman's nice.
No standouts this year.
Bernatato, whose name I always mispronounce.
Ben
Tornato. That's who I picked. I think he's got a big chance to win. So, and Straight No Chaser won it last year if we didn't mention him, and he's maybe kind of, it's hard to say. But
cut to the chase.
Yeah.
I think that the international horses are going to have a huge day on Saturday.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to sign off. It's going to be incredible 2 days of racing. They want it to be a global affair. It is a global affair. You got horses from all over the world. It's fascinating to see them all come together, and it's even more fascinating when you pick a winner. Good luck.